What's going on, YouTube? Before I get into this video, man, y'all make sure y'all go like, comment down below what movie y'all want to see me review next, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. This next movie I'm about to get into, man, Spider-Man. Now, this version of Spider-Man came out in 2002. It stars Tobey Maguire. Now, without me being biased, because I really haven't kept up with the new Spider-Man with Tom Holland and all that, this is the Spider-Man I grew up on. So this Spider-Man will always have a place in my heart. I have to do my research on a new Spider-Man. By what I've seen, I'm not that impressed because I haven't watched the movie. Don't kill me on here, but I haven't watched the movie. And Tom Holland is up under Zendaya, and I don't like that. But anyway, Tobey Maguire plays this kid named Peter Parker. Now, Peter is a nerd on this movie, obviously. And he goes on this field trip to this museum. Now, I don't know if this is how the original Spider-Man went in the comic books, but on this movie, this is how it went. A spider gets out of like its cage and it lands on Peter's hand and it bites him. Now, everybody knows this how he gains his superpower. Now, on this movie, I like Tobey Maguire's, well, you could say Peter, but Tobey Maguire's like sarcastic delivery. Like, if you go back and watch this movie, Tobey Maguire had like a real sarcastic like aura about him, and he had a slick mouth for him. But I think that's another reason why I liked him for this movie. But he starts acting weird, like he don't want to talk to nobody. Like his aunt and uncle, they trying to talk to him. Like he's just going through the motions of becoming Spider-Man. Now, on the flip side, while he's learning about his superpowers, his best friend on here, Harry, played by James Franco, his father is going through his own like little trials and tribulations, and he's finna lose his whole company. So when he's trying to experiment things for himself, he ends up gaining powers as the Green Goblin. Now, I always try to give out like the Stole the Show award. I want to start throwing this into the mix a little bit more, like, because it's a lot of movies that I cover. It be certain people that just I'm not going to say outshine, but they really steal the shine from the main character. The guy on here that played the Green Goblin, I think you say his name Willem Dafoe or William Dafoe. He really stole the spotlight for me on here as the Green Goblin, because he really brought the character to life with the grungy voice, and just like the jokes he be telling on here. Like, he really brought the character to life. And I'm gonna get back to Peter Parker, but I think my favorite part on this movie with the acting, when he was talking to himself in the mirror, but it's like he was talking to the Green Goblin, but his acting, he was talking to himself, but he was conversing with the mirror. Like, I've always loved that part about this movie. But anyway, Peter, he's trying to like really master. That's why I love like when he first get his powers, because he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's trying to like master his superpowers, basically, because he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, when he goes back to school, he doesn't like he hasn't really mastered his powers, but he shoots a web in the lunchroom and he ends up starting this fight with Flash, the bully, like inadvertently starting it, but he started it. Now, when Flash tries to go beat him up, this is when everybody realized that Peter Parker could fight, because Flash didn't land one hit and Peter beat him up like with no effort. Now, when Peter realized he could fight, he's still trying to get this girl Mary Jane. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like Mary Jane kind of like a hoe, basically. I didn't know no other way to put it. Not the real person that plays Mary Jane, but her character. Like, just how she moves, it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, one minute she'll be up under Flash and she's flirting with Harry, his best friend, and she kind of like Peter. Like, this is my perspective though. Don't judge me on here. But Peter wants to win money to take Mary Jane out on a date, but he wants a nice car to do it. So Peter, he goes to this wrestling event, and obviously he wins, but he doesn't. The ad that was in the newspaper said $3,000 if you stay in the ring for 3 minutes. Now Peter beat the guy in 2 minutes, but the promoter guy gave Peter $100, and Peter like, I won the fight. Like, and I'm thinking like, if you supposed to last for 3 minutes, but if you actually win, you should still get all the money. And then the dude said you only lasted 2 minutes, so I give you $100. I'm thinking like, if I lasted 2 minutes, shouldn't I get $2,000 or $200? He gave Peter $100. Like, if I know I can shoot webs and all this stuff, like, I'm finna just beat this dude up and just take the money. But I forgot, this is a movie. But somebody comes in there and robs the promoter guy, and I mean, I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have did nothing. Like, Peter let this guy run, not knowing that eventually this was gonna be the dude that runs into his uncle, because Peter's uncle was waiting for him outside of the fight he was supposed to be going to, and he ends up shooting. If y'all caught that, real Spider-Man fans know what I'm talking about. But he ends up shooting his uncle, and Peter ends up chasing him down. And this is when like Peter starts really like taking like the fighting criminals seriously. After his uncle get killed, like he really takes it serious. And like everybody know the saying his uncle says, with great power comes great responsibility. After he finds out the dude that killed his uncle, he just started chasing bad guys and like really mastering his superpowers. Now, Green Goblin, he is on a mission to just like take over New York, but he's wise enough to know that there's only one person that can stop him, and that's Spider-Man. Now, I do like how on this movie, Green Goblin, he was real with himself. He didn't just think he was just going to take over New York and he wasn't have to worry about it. He knew Spider-Man was powerful enough to stop him. So he tries to throw this pitch to him like, man, instead of you trying to stop me, because I'm not going to lie, Green Goblin had a chance to kill Spider-Man. Like, he kidnapped him and took him to this top of this building, but he was really trying to sell him a pitch. Now, he had a chance to kill him, but he was like, instead of me killing you, or instead of me battling with you, he said, we're going to just keep battling each other, going on and on until both of us dead. He said, instead of us doing that, how about you just join me and then we could take over New York together? But obviously, you know, Spider-Man not going for that. So he already gave him one choice. He declined it. So now Green Goblin got Mary Jane, and he got these kids like on this bus thing. And he was like, since you declined my first offer, now I'm finna make you choose again. And he drops both of them. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all on here. I'm going to be very honest. I feel like Peter Parker is Captain Save-A-Ho. Like, if you had a picture of a superhero who was Captain Save-A-Ho, I just don't like some of the decisions that Peter made. Now, I do feel like he did the right thing this time, but I'm talking about for future references. We go get back to that. He saves Mary Jane first. Now, you got a bus full of about 30 to 40 kids dropping. You gonna go save that white girl first. He grabbed her, and then he holds on to the little kids, and he ends up saving both of them. I don't like that part. But he ends up tracking down Green Goblin. They have a fight like in this little like abandoned area. And one thing I've noticed about Spider-Man, he doesn't really, I'm not saying he doesn't have the ability to kill nobody or he won't kill nobody. Spider-Man never kills nobody. Like, everybody knows, if you've seen this movie, at the end, the Green Goblin is trying to make it seem like he wasn't in control of himself. Or I'm going to just say Harry's father was trying to make it seem like he wasn't in control of himself. It was the Green Goblin doing it. But I feel like you was working working with the devil. Like, you working hand in hand with him. So you know what you was doing. So he tries to get the glider to kill Peter, but Peter has spidey senses, another one of his superpowers, and he can feel when something ain't right. He dodges the glider, and it ends up killing Harry's father, now Mr. Osborn. And he says at the end, don't tell Harry. But like, again, I say, I'm like, Peter never really kills. I'm not saying that's his job to kill nobody, but I have noticed that whenever Peter got a problem with somebody, he never killed. Like, he is not no killer. And at the end of the movie, he, like I said, he was cold. He was cold a little bit. He was still Captain Saberhold, but he still had some coldness in him. Like, Mary Jane was trying to just like break him down, like just to get in a relationship. And he was like, man, no, like I'm Spider-Man. Like, I do like Tobey Maguire acting on here. He was like, man, I ain't committing to you. I'm Spider-Man. Even though I save you all the time, I'm still Spider-Man, and I'm focused on that right now. And you see at the end, like, Harry don't know that Peter Parker, his best friend, is Spider-Man. He doesn't know that. But he's just saying, like, he put it on his father's grave. He gonna make Spider-Man pay. Now, I know Peter kind of nervous, like he doesn't even know that I'm Spider-Man, and he doesn't even know that I didn't even kill his father, but Harry is hell-bent on getting revenge for his father's death. But this was a great opening to the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire in it. And I know this killed at the box office, whatever it took to make this movie. I know they made it back times 10, but this is my version of Spider-Man. This is what I grew up on. I didn't grow up on the Tom Holland version. That's the next generation, but I am going to get into that. I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to cover all the Tom Holland versions too, but this is just the first installment of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series. But yeah, Spider-Man starring Tobey Maguire. I'm gone.